Yeah, we're not even gonna bother you. Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to another episode of House of Sports Podcast. It's your boy Wayne. I'm here with my dogs Chubbs and Smooth, and we are here today to discuss week three of the NFL season. So we had some big things go on. Some people take a step up above the competition. Some teams take a step up above the competition. And then also, some people that, had some downfalls, man. Chargers and Chiefs lost, which is a crazy one, and we'll get into that. But before we get into that, a few housekeeping things. People, you know what it is. We recently just hit over 3,000 views and over 500 hours watch on our YouTube page. So that's a nice little thing for us, man. We really appreciate you guys. I put the clapping in here. Got the clapping, got the cheering. Yeah, I got the people cheering for us, man. We can't do this without you guys, so continue to support. Make sure you guys hit that like. Then when you guys hit that like button, that lets people know who we are, and we come up on recommended pages for sports podcasts. So make sure you guys hit the like. Apple, Spotify family. I know we're kind of slacking. I didn't realize that I was slacking on uploading there, but I did upload a bunch of episodes on Friday. So you guys probably got hit with 3 episodes, and now you're going to get the ones on time moving forward. Riverside is a little weird. I got to download it and then do a video to MP3. And so it's weird, but I figured it out finally. So, if you're on Apple, Spotify, you can still go to the YouTube page and hit that like button. If you are Apple, Spotify, make sure you're downloading the episode. And anybody on YouTube, still go to the audio platforms, download the episodes, man. Chubb, Smooth, I got anything I want to say to the people before we go ahead and get started in this episode?
My win-loss record's not looking too good right now. I took a lot of I guess leaps or stretches these picks. I thought some teams had a chance.
I think we're pretty
fights,
even for the most part, honestly.
So, yeah, I'm not looking too good on my win-loss record.
Because you got
who's leading the pickup right now?
And I know I didn't pick the Browns Steelers game, so that probably
you guys are. I'm last. I know I'm last.
All right, so the other first. I'm in first.
My picks ain't been too bad either. The teams that's supposed to win is losing, and the teams that I picked to win, like the underdogs, have been winning. So I would say I changed my. My Dolphins Bills take. I wanted the Bills to win, but I went and changed that last minute. And
just call me Mr. 50-50.
Won, so But on a side note, the prophecies are coming into fruition. Mr. Wright is back and is in full throttle. Week 3, and we about to get into why.
Oh my God. All right, yeah, my pick. I just want to shout out. I was part of the 7% of people in the world that picked the Jaguars to beat the Chargers.
He's hurt.
He's hurt. Fashion. I don't hear anything about Justin Herbert's injury. Because he still made some amazing throws. He still made some amazing throws.
Well, you can make amazing throws being shot up on something. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get to the first thing to get started. Chubbs was gonna hit me with a "Would you rather" to start the podcast. So, Chubbs last week and has forever been disrespecting the prophet, the savior, the generational talent in Trevor Lawrence. He doesn't think he's that good, but Trevor Lawrence just went out there and beat the dog shit out of the Chargers, who last time I heard, I didn't think there was that many injuries on their defense. Offense, I can understand not scoring. But the Jaguars putting up points, that's another question. So, and his best receiver is Marvin Jones Jr. and Christian Kirk, who I have to say, I was really disrespecting him during the beginning of the offseason because I was like, he changed the receiver market. That's not a guy that's supposed to be changing the receiver market. But what he is actually doing, he is earning his money. So, Christian Kirk, I got to say my apologies and give you credit. Shout out to James Robinson, who came off an ACL or Achilles injury and barely stayed in camp and has been proven to be the running back one over Travis Etienne. So
this is based off you thinking he's top 10.
I didn't say he's top 10.
Or he's on the cusp, right?
He could by the end of the season. I think we can have those conversations.
Okay, so let's just start. Let's just throw out some names right now.
You can join this too.
Let's just start the person he played against this weekend. Would you rather have Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert?
Damn, that's a tough one. Goodness. All things are even,
bro.
Yeah,
I don't want to just stray from the would you rather questions, but
interesting. Are you having Trevor Lawrence?
This is exactly
we're gonna keep going. We're
talking about, bro. I just told y'all after the season last year, y'all put Justin Herbert too high up on the pedestal, and now you're taking Trevor Lawrence over him after what? A performance? Oh my goodness. Oh my god! I just said I didn't.
We're saying right now.
I didn't expect you to choose Trevor Lawrence. That's why I reacted.
So
the question is right now. So start it over. Yeah, don't interrupt. Don't react.
Justin Herbert.
We'll react afterwards.
Okay. So let's do it. So Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert?
Trevor Lawrence.
All right. Are you going Trevor Lawrence or Joe Burrow right now?
Right now, Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence, Jalen Hurts.
Trevor
Lawrence.
Interesting. Trevor Lawrence to a tug of a lower.
Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. So all right. So let's make it a little harder because apparently these are too easy.
Right now,
Trevor Lawrence or Aaron Rodgers right now.
Trevor Lawrence been playing Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, let the answer.
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Right now. Okay. So Trevor Lawrence, and this is going to be I would take him right now over this guy, but Derek Carr.
Trevor Lawrence, before or after?
Okay, I got a couple more. I'm not going to do the obvious ones. I'm not going to name the obvious ones.
Trevor Lawrence,
a healthy Dak Prescott.
Trevor Lawrence, you know how to respect that.
Okay, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh,
Trevor Lawrence. Or Kirk Cousins.
Trevor Lawrence.
Really? Okay. So these are the bottom half guys that are top 10. Oh, Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray.
Trevor Lawrence. I was waiting. I was like, you're not going to ask Trevor Lawrence.
Kyler Murray.
Joe Flacco.
Damn, I'm not going to say Lamar because that's Lamar. I'm not going to say Patty. I'm not going to say Josh. Who else? Who else would be a good one to? Trevor Lawrence or nah? Stop that. Trevor Lawrence
over
Matt
Russell
Stafford.
Wilson. I got you. Trevor Lawrence over Matt Stafford. I got you. Come on.
I think that's all I'm going to ask because I don't think there's any other guys.
Trevor Lawrence will
Trevor Lawrence over your guy, Carson Wentz.
Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, all right. I'm not going to name
Trevor Lawrence will finish a top 10 quarterback this season. Book it. They will win the AFC South. They will go 10-7 and win the AFC South. I really want to say they're going to win 11 games. Fuck it. 11-6 is what the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to do. He had to get away from Lamar. Right now, Trevor Lawrence is throwing completion percentage 69.4%. That's elite. 772 yards, 6 touchdowns, 103 passer rating.
Philly, Houston, Colts, Giants, Denver.
Nice. It's good.
Raiders, Broncos.
His next games are, let me see who his next opponents are. Just a step.
I mean, we already talked about it. We already talked about it last pod. Like, they should be the favorites.
This Philly game will be a true tester. And I think like Tua answer the call, I think Trevor will answer the call as well. Yeah, shout out to the Jags for beating the Chargers. I don't want to hear anything about injuries. They still have the best pass rushing unit on the field, and he put up, I believe, 38 points. So he threw 3 TDs versus that team. So yeah, man, shout out to them, man. James Robinson had a freaking day. I think he had 128 yards rushing. So Shout out to them. Shout out Christian Kirk. Shout out Trevor Lawrence. Doug Peterson is doing a good job. I mean, really, they're 2-1. They could have been really 3-0 because they should have. Some people think they should have beat the Commanders. So, yeah. But let's go ahead and get into the second topic of the day, man. The big topic: who is the MVP front runner right now? Two of these players have lost games. You can argue one has been playing a lot better. Even in the loss, he played a lot better. So, is Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen the front runner for MVP? Chubbs, take away.
I mean, people are going to say I'm biased, but I mean, I think Lamar is the favorite. He is. Correct me if I don't know if he's leading the league right now, passing touchdowns, or he's tied. I know he's top 2 or top 3 with that.
I can look it up. I got you.
He's also affecting the game on the ground. I think he's averaging a rushing touchdown he has scored a rushing touchdown in each of his games, I'm pretty sure. And I know back-to-back games he had 100, and he was shy week 1 of 100. Straight based off that,
he's the leader.
So he's leading in touchdowns right now. Based on that, I think he's not leading in yards, but I think he's top 5 with yards. I don't know for a fact though. Don't quote me. But he's throwing the ball efficiently.
17.
And whatever. My bad. But he's not turning the ball over a lot. When he does, it's rare. He's throwing 3+ touchdowns each week. The fact that he affects the game with his legs as well as with his arm and efficiently if he continues to do it, is ultimately going to give him the edge against these other guys. That's why he won it in 2019. So I think he's the front runner. I mean, the team's not playing bad. I think they're going to win the division. And if he keeps it up, I mean, he should win it. Look who he's playing with. That's what you say, right? I'm keeping Wayne accountable. I'm keeping Wayne accountable. He hates it. I'm keeping him accountable. Everybody that's listened to this all off season, I heard it over and over and over and over and over and over again about the receiving core. The fact that he's leading the league in touchdowns right now with the receiving core, that was the worst, or if not the second worst, quote unquote, what Wayne told me in the off season.
You got
Give
it.
him more
I'm going
credit.
to say something that
More credit is due
for both of y'all to argue.
There you go. I'm
No,
done.
you want me to go or you want
You
to
go.
All right. I have Lamar leading
I'm not arguing
as the MVP as well. I mean, Charles is talking about off season. But when I said it's time for Wayne to stop trolling and Wayne knows ball, I had Lamar finishing second in the MVP race. That's what I said. All right, I said everything is in off season was prefaced on him getting paid. The Baltimore Ravens had fucked up. Now they're going to have to pay Lamar upwards to $400 million guaranteed.
I'm okay with that.
But yeah, I think, his receiving core, they're having big plays. That's what's happening. They're not just going down the field and doing incredible things. They're having big plays. They're having big chunk plays. It's a good thing. So you have some speedy receivers, so they're having big chunk plays. So they are doing good. They are better than they were advertised, better than I thought they were going to be. Shout out to Rashad Bateman for only having one catch for 24 yards yesterday, though.
He would have, if you watch the game, he would have had more, but he had some big drops and a fumble.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. I'm still not completely sold on them. I know. If they would have kept what they were doing in the first half versus the Dolphins, this conversation would have been a lot different. But I saw when it was really time to get strapped, they got strapped. So I think that's going to happen a lot more when it's real time for them he needs somebody to make a play. I just don't think it's going to happen outside of Mark Andrews. And teams are going to key in on that. And I think it's going to be a rough thing when it's actually time to make plays, like get the first down catch in situations like that. We've already seen a glimpse of that already. But Lamar is doing his thing, especially with the lack of weapons that he has. I got to give him credit, scoring 3+ touchdowns in every game so far this year. And even in the game that they lost, he still, you could damn near outplayed Tua in a sense, but Tua still played better. But you can argue who outplayed who. For Josh Allen now, he played against that very same Miami Dolphins team, and played considerably worse than Lamar did. And Josh Allen has better weapons available to him. So for that reason, I have to put Lamar in front of him. And then there's also someone I think we should throw into that talks that in third place is Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, who's probably third place right now for MVP. He only has 7 touchdowns, but he's throwing the ball effectively. He has 3 on the ground, 4 in the air, doing some running it efficiently. So that's what he's doing on the offense. So yeah, that's who I have right now as my MVP 1, 2, and 3. See what Saquon does tonight because he could possibly throw himself in that conversation of the Giants are 3-0 after tonight.
That, but you know how hard. I mean, I'm going off on a new topic. You know how hard it is for like a position that's not quarterback to like win the MVP. Like it's extremely hard. You got to like have 25 touchdowns.
He catches the ball, he runs the ball, so he does a little bit of both.
But he would have to have like 25 touchdowns and like 1,500 yards rushing and like some 600 or 700 yards like receiving.
I guess he could Saquon could seriously have 1,000 yards, close to 1,000 yards receiving and like 1,200 yards rushing and 20 touchdowns on the year. And the Giants have a win at least 12 games.
You don't think that's gonna like he's gonna like so I love Saquon. I think he's a good running back. I really think he's a really good running back. But he's been plagued with injuries. You don't think all those touches are going to be like too much on him?
Oh no, I agree. You're going to break down during the playoffs, but
that's not what you need. You need him in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Talking about MVP. That in the playoffs.
Say it was a clear decision of Josh Allen.
So, what's your
whoever has the better record, whoever finishes, with the better seed between the two teams will win MVP. I will say that I've never, ever, and Chris, you can attest to this, I've never, ever downplayed Lamar Jackson as a quarterback. I've always called him a top 5 quarterback. And to the point of you saying he's balling without no weapons, I completely agree to it. I agree with that. Lamar is the type of quarterback who is clearly making the players who play with him better. Last year, we were. I mean, yeah,
LeBron effect. I said that right.
99% of the time, I have your back when it comes to Lamar Jackson, but.
My bad.
Sorry. Last year we were saying how Hollywood Brown, and we're seeing it this year. Hollywood Brown isn't, what he was with Lamar Jackson. He makes his players better. Devin Duvernay, Rashad. He was.
To that point.
But
Hollywood Brown was holding back Lamar.
But in a sense,
I'll continue to say this every podcast.
I keep on going back to the point of, bro, he had 1,000 yards.
They were too good of friends. He wanted to make sure he ate.
That's great.
So he would stay, and then he ended up leaving anyway.
I don't. No. We've had this conversation.
No, we didn't say great. That's the goal.
Between the goal for me, you, Wayne and
the
Joey.
Goal to strive for every year.
The word "great" has been thrown out there very
loosely. Been my point. That's been my point.
And yeah, you might be on something there, but anyway, Rashad Bateman, Devin Duvernay.
Sounds like the word superstar in basketball.
They aren't top tier receivers, however. Lamar Jackson is able to put them in a position to, succeed. Obviously, he has Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews had 2 touchdowns this weekend. His other tight end. Who was it? I didn't see it. I was watching it on the.
Yep, he's leading. He's leading all categories for tight ends right now, so far.
Not like he played great the first 2 weeks. He had a good game this week.
So I'm gonna stop hyping that too.
Most of the game, I was
Andrew did have 2 touchdowns in that game.
But I will say,
you watched the game. I know you did. DL, he had
to your point,
drops.
Wayne, of
big
him not doing enough to win last week versus Miami. I kind of combat that by this week.
But he did score that clutch head tackle, 2 of them.
And that game against the Patriots this week
IG
was closer than everybody seems to think. There were a couple. I expected the Ravens to win. Hold on. Let me finish. Even before that. Hold on. Wait. Let me finish because I'm gonna talk about Josh Allen a little bit too.
So, that fumble
to that
did
point,
not
like you were saying,
let's
Dwayne,
get into that.
he didn't
Let's
do
get into
enough
that.
last week to win because he only put up 3 points. He only put up 6 points this week. But the point was he stayed consistent throughout the game, and the only difference this week was that his defense was able to get a stop. Now, did Mac Jones throw the ball away in the back of the end zone on his back foot when we were in a position to score? Yes. Did Jacoby Myers fumble the ball in the middle of the field after that long run? Who? Shut up. Who was that? Who fumbled?
He didn't play.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense now.
He didn't play.
That makes a lot of sense now.
Jacoby Myers didn't play.
I swear, I thought that was.
I think that was
It was Nelson Aguilar.
Which,
who made that play?
Their defense got to stop this week.
Who made that play?
I guess they learned from the last week, but y'all
The
defense
guy that
still
can't cover
looked terrible. I wasn't impressed.
That's fine.
But like I
learned
said,
it from Marlon. Great.
No, wait. Lamar definitely did what he had to do. He threw one pick. He stayed consistent. He had.
Are we getting into the game, or are we getting into Josh Allen? Because I really want to rebuttal.
He did his thing. That's what he's been doing for the past few years. So I mean, that was expected. I didn't expect us to win, but I'm never going to pick against my team. Josh Allen also played well this weekend, and the difference in when the Ravens played the Bills, I mean, the difference in he had 400 yards. He threw 60-something passes, but he had 400 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. The difference
I don't know about that, buddy.
in which the Ravens and the Dolphins versus the Bills and the Dolphins was the fact that
he missed the game-winning touchdown.
Corner who was shadowing, bro. And I don't know if y'all understand what that means to a defense, but it's a big factor when you have your number one receiver being shadowed all game. It changes your whole game plan. It changes your reads. It changes everything. So I don't think he played bad. I didn't see it. I literally didn't see it. But yeah,
that still was
act
to
like
the
Josh
point
Allen
that him not catching the game
well.
touchdown.
Like he had 60-something passes for some completion.
I'll show you the play.
Who played better? Between who? Oh, between Lamar Jackson and
who played
Josh
better
Allen?
in the Dolphins game? Yep. And that versus the Dolphins.
Well, guys. This is gonna really come down to this week. Okay. We play the Bills.
Whoever has a better record
has
the quarterback is going to win the MVP.
Oh, that's it. Can't wait for that Friday pick 'em.
I'm probably gonna pick the Bills that week. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the reason why I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna leave it at this, and then we're gonna go into the breakdowns of that game, is I saw what Tua did against that secondary.
Oh,
and
to
DL's point,
are we?
I'm not giving the Ravens credit for them turnovers. I'm blaming Mac Jones because those were like giveaways.
So can you go back and bring back your statement before the season started?
Josh Allen's gonna cook our secondary the way that they were playing.
Can we go back to your statement prior to the season regarding?
No, because just like you said, new information arises, every day.
No, but you can say you were wrong.
I was wrong right now. Right now, that secondary is not living up to what their hype was in the offseason. The only one living up to top 3. The only person living up to any type of hype in that secondary is Marcus Williams. The only one. He is a ball hawk.
He is a ball hawk. I'll give you that. Not better than Minka though.
Who cares? It's not about that.
That explains a lot.
Even though Marcus Williams has the most picks in the league right now. We're not going to get into that.
They have 3? He has 3?
Yeah.
Minka has 2. So
he still has the most.
I said who? I mean, right?
To the point, I agree with most of
Right
stuff he said.
now,
Hold on,
right now,
so
if
who
the
is your
Steelers sitting
MVP
right
front
now,
runner, bro?
He said Lamar right now.
Not by far, but he would definitely.
Whoever wins
No,
more
he
games
has
is what
to
he
pick
said.
a side.
He said whoever wins more games is going to get it, is what he said. That's what he said.
Okay.
It ain't nothing to duke out.
Choosing.
All
right, let's get to this game. Let's get to the games. So I'm gonna let you guys duke it out, Ravens and Patriots fans. Tell me what happened this game.
Well. We know we got the dub. Yep. We got the dub, but it's okay. But we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna be serious. DL already kind of broke down a good bit of the game, but I was worried in the first quarter. We're already playing without our starting left tackle and our backup left tackle. Now we're on our third string left tackle. He went out, and now we're on our fourth string left tackle. And they were getting pressure on Lamar and getting sacks early, and I was like, oh my God, this is that type of game where like we're gonna get third and long and not get them, and it's gonna be a close game, but you guys are gonna pull it out because we can't protect Lamar. But Greg Roman, to his credit, schemed it up, helped out the rookie that came in. Ended up being all right. Lamar ended up staying up for most part. But other than that, I saw some positives. The Ravens actually got the run game going a little bit. Somebody other than Lamar ran the ball very well. JK came back. He didn't do too bad. Justice Hill is carving a role into this offense. He did his thing at the running back position when he got the ball. Rashad Bateman had a very bad game, in my opinion. He had some prime opportunities to make plays. He dropped one, and the one was in his hand. He got hit, fumbled, and it was like a 30-yard catch, and he fumbled it, and they got the ball back. Like I said, I think it was Lamar played it very well. He's been playing great. And I want to give the Ravens some credit, and I want you guys to understand that the fact that he's getting 30-plus points when this defense has been very suspect is amazing. Just imagine if this defense actually got some stops consistently, what the score of these games could really be. Being honest, because this man is dicing it up with what time he has and with what he has around him. Now, the Patriots surprised the hell out of me. They played a really good game. They earned my respect. They're not as bad as I thought they were. But now they're going to have a rough road ahead of them because on the very last play of the offensive play of the game for Mac Jones, Calais Campbell went down and fell on him, and now he has a high ankle sprain. So he could be out for 4, 6, 8 weeks with a high ankle sprain. And they said it was severe. It's not like just a regular one. They said this
he did the Yankee Doodle Dandy.
So,
boy.
I mean, he played a hell of a game. I saw him do a white boy gritty. Hey,
no,
keep doing it, man. Whenever you get it,
stop it.
He did something, but it was something. But it was like, okay, he's got a little bit of
Chris.
But no, he played good. Besides the very questionable throws
Wayne,
that he made.
Don't you
Mac
ever
Jones
say
that
just because the player makes the Pro Bowl.
Let's be real.
All right? Because when I said that Matt Jones was dog water, you responded by saying, he made the Pro Bowl last year. Mac Jones kept us in the game by throwing 3 picks and no touchdowns? Or did our defense keep us in the game by making stops, sacking Lamar Jackson, catching an interception? What are you talking about?
I just want to say
speaks volumes
the fact that he
to our defense.
For 300 yards.
Because our defense
the fact that he threw for
made
3
plays
picks
at 37,
and fumble
37 points looks bad on paper, but the way that it happened, you'll be like, all right, if you actually watch, like I said, I watched the game all the way up until about the fourth quarter.
Gave up 34 points.
I did see bits and pieces of the fourth quarter, which, like I said, when we were driving to win the game the first time, I don't even know if this was the fourth quarter. Matt Jones threw off his back foot in the back of the end zone, a jump ball, like I've been saying every single week, to Devontae Parker. Terrible throw. He was playing okay. But are you just like Rashad Bateman and Devin Duvernay, are you counting on them?
Mind
him
you,
to make the play
Parker
when it
was
matters?
playing
Dwayne,
pretty well.
he was just
the game. He was
just going on a spill last week about how
bad
plays. He is at getting separation, especially on fades.
Well, no. but to my point, DL, I'm gonna tell you what really lost you the game. Matt Patricia lost you the game because you guys were killing us. We were beat up on the defensive line.
Well,
Justin Houston got out of the game. First quarter early. Michael Pierce is probably going to miss an extended period of time. He's out. He got out
we're
first, second
predictable.
quarter.
We pass on first down and then try to
you guys are running the football
that's what we
pretty
do
well.
Every single drive. Well, that's what we did every single
drive.
And
you guys stopped.
So we became predictable. We don't have playmakers. Mac Jones getting hurt at the end of the game, in my opinion, is probably the best thing that's happened to us this year so far. I am more confident in Brian Hoyer coming in and making
that is crazy.
the right play. I don't know. Does that piece of question? I'm more confident in Brian Hoyer being able to come in and manage the game to a point where he's not turning the ball over. He's making the right.
That's crazy.
Ain't nobody disrespecting nobody. You did not know nobody in all of these quarterback top anything talks. I have not heard Mac Jones' name in any of them. So what are you talking about disrespect? Dwayne,
Brian.
All right, check me out. We're talking about a guy. We're talking about a guy who won a game. We're talking about with throwing the ball two times. And you talking about it was Mac Jones on his game? No, it's the coaching, bro. It's the coaching in our defense. Stop giving this man credit. 6 quarterbacks make the Pro Bowl, Dwayne.
Hey,
I can't wait for the first game he wins. The first game he wins, and Brian Hoyer goes to camera.
So let's be serious. He made the Pro Bowl. Okay, that's not a big thing. And they're taking it away this year.
And then he loses every game.
So, but hold on, time out, real quick. I didn't say this earlier. I meant to say it earlier. So, me picking Lamar for my 7-on-7 team isn't far-fetched.
Yeah, my take is
No, I mean.
So you're saying Lamar Jackson can't throw the ball?
The point of stepping on.
You can't have it both ways, Chris. You can't have it both ways, man.
Really, unless
you can't have it both ways.
No one blitzes. He's not going to scramble. So you're really going to. I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm not saying that. But are we saying that Lamar is a better passer than
if you look at Aaron Rodgers
and
right
Josh
now,
Allen?
If you look at Tom Brady right now, if you look at Josh Allen right now,
is he a better passer than Aaron Rodgers?
Okay, there's the answer.
I'm just asking you, is he a better passer?
Hey, hold on, time out.
I'm asking you,
who has better weapons?
Right? Who is the better passer?
And who's doing more with less?
So,
who's doing more with less?
Is Tom Brady a better passer than Lamar? All of them, evidently. I get it. But we're talking about 7-on-7. You're putting the best of the best around people.
Patty threw 5 touchdowns with pretty much the same amount of.
I don't think so, bro. I think.
My question is, if he's not a better passer than 3 of them, then we're going in.
I was going a different direction with that when we started, man. I thought we was counting fantasy points
because it's 1-2.
First of all, their worst pick was Derrick Henry, so let's not even talk about that.
Right. Let's top it. Let's go.
Yeah, we could tell you're playing NCAA. That's crazy. All right, so yeah, I just didn't want to. Yeah, I really didn't watch that game, but I was keeping an eye on it. The Patriots are more competitive than I gave them credit for being before the season started, and this proves to me that I was right about this defense, about the Ravens not being that good. I was wrong about the receiver core being.
Come on now, give him the benefit of doubt.
I'm not hearing that. You guys got a lot of weapons.
What's it called? The Giants defensive coordinator. Now you got a couple of years under his belt being a D coordinator. They're not looking bad.
All right, I'm saying right now, you told me it was going to be elite top 3 defense, so we'll figure it out. That secondary is definitely not where
I'm a fan, Dwayne.
The secondary is not where a lot of people had it. Next topic. So Dio kind of brought this up, and I do want to talk about it right now. Is the NFL will be getting rid of the Pro Bowl game. So I want to just give you the details because I'm reading an ESPN article right now. So NFL is replacing the Pro Bowl with a week-long skills competitions and a flag football game. The new event will replace full contact showcase that started in 1951 and will be renamed the Pro Bowl games, which will feature AFC and NFC players showcasing their football and non-football skills and challenges over several days. The 2003 games will be held in Las Vegas, and the flag football game will be held at Allegiant Stadium. Peyton Manning and his Omaha Productions company will help shape the programming and promote the event's content throughout the week. So,
good.
What are our thoughts on this?
Good. Pro Bowl was boring anyway to watch. The guys didn't take it serious. It was basically flag football anyway with pads on. So these guys weren't really hitting each other. They weren't really getting after it. So I'm glad, and I've been waiting for the skills competitions to come back because they were fun to watch then, and they're going to be fun to watch now because I can't imagine what they're going to be coming up with for the skill challenges. Because I don't know if you understand, Peyton Manning, you know, he has, like you said, production company. He's been putting out all these shows. If he's running this thing, I trust
Sean Taylor ruined the Pro Bowl, bro.
Successful. So
when he hit that kicker,
that's a good thing.
Everything else, the punter, everything else went downhill from there. I mean, and I understand why, but I think this is something that should have happened a while ago. Players aren't about to put their careers on the line for a game that doesn't, you know, for shits and giggles for the fans. You know, it's after the season. It's, you know, just pretty much a lax environment. Like I said, after with basketball, it's easier to do because it's literally basketball. It's competitive. It's like running pickup. Football, you can literally get hurt for no reason. So I think replacing it with a 7-on-7 or not, but a 7-on-7 flag is 7-on-7 basically, right? Yeah. So. Yeah. So I mean, depending on how they arrange it, I think
make it 11-11.
We talked about this in one of our earlier episodes. I think they should do like big competition for the linemen and just make it a 7-on-7 type of things for the skills to be real. That's some fat shit.
Hey, Jason Kelsey was like, "Can we have a?"
I think it is a good
hot dog eating contest.
You know, it's a good transition. It'll definitely get the viewers back up, if not at all, for the first year. Because I guess I know people want to tune in to see how it goes, see if it's going, you know, be something that they continue to doing. They probably gonna get ratings to see how they make it better. But overall, I just think it's a better dynamic for the whole NFL because. You know, it's going to be more like when you're not in pads, like you're going to be a little bit more competitive, like when you're not, you know, making contact and stuff. So I think this is a good trial and error time, just in, you know, a good time to see what happens. But I can applaud the NFL for doing something different.
My thoughts. So like Leo said, the Pro Bowl hasn't really been good since, you know, basically a lot of big hits. And they took it out of Hawaii. That was probably like one of the first mistakes. People really enjoyed going to Hawaii. They liked that. That was a nice vacation. People played it. Yeah, make a week out of it. It was fun. I think somebody put this on Twitter, like they should just make it Vegas and Miami, 2 places players like to go, or they should bring it back to Hawaii. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Pro Bowl was ass, and I think this is gonna be ass as well.
Shout out
to I'd rather go. It's just gonna become one long destroying video with a 7-on-7. That's all it's gonna be. It's not gonna be good.
Give me that band.
Destroying AJ Green videos. That's all it's gonna be. I'm not gonna want to watch 7-on-7 on fucking what? Like what? Why am I gonna want to watch a 7-on-7 flag football game, bro? They're still not gonna go as hard because you can still pull a hamstring. You can still do other stuff, run into each other. They're still gonna do the same shit. It's just gonna be no pads on. Oh shit, we can see their faces. That's really all it's gonna be now. Like, the skills competition that might be cool, might be fun, but. Like they're gonna do a week long of skill challenges. Like what's gonna be a week long skill challenges? They could do so much for
events, dude. They're gonna do like.
You're only gonna be able to. I'm gonna wait for more for it, but you're only gonna be able to do so much stuff.
Bro. You wouldn't want to see that, bro.
If you're not watching actual football with collisions and all that stuff, football is not that fun
in a 7-on-7 environment, bro. Like Amika, Diggs, you know what I'm saying? Howard, bro. You don't think those players gonna be competitive? I mean, you pull a hamstring, bro. That just means you out of shape, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You're not. It's not going to – I mean, I don't know where they're going to have it at, but, you know, you should be – I mean, yeah, but it's less likely because you're –
You can rupture Achilles. You can do a lot of shit there. Tear ACL trying to cut back and forth from people. It's going to be – it might be an uptick in energy. That's about it. But it's not going to be full throttle. They're still going to go 75%. They were going 50 before, so they're going to go 75% now. All these running quarterbacks are not going to want to do that shit. Like, you know, say Lamar and Kyler, what they're going to do? Like, yeah, they're going to throw some dots. And how you going to do it? Oh, it's going to be a four quarters, 12 minutes of 7-on-7. That does not happen in real life 7-on-7. It's not that long. So how they're gonna do that?
Wait, so I mean,
what are they gonna do?
Because I was thinking, how do you think? How can you make it better?
Obsolete. You think that, I think it's just
outside of obviously making a Pro Bowl, you already get extra incentives for that. You think that they can make it to a way where you know they can get paid for playing in the Pro Bowl? You know, like I know make it. You know, getting those honors in itself is an extra bonus. Yeah, right. Something like that. I think that would interest players in wanting to do it. Maybe.
Yeah, like the winning team won $1 million after tax. Every player. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. That's the only way they could have made it any better. They give them a money incentive to play well and have it fun. You know what I'm saying? And then also tell teams that you cannot, if somebody get hurt, you cannot fault them for getting hurt inside of the Pro Bowl game. That's the only way they could have made it better. But besides that, I just think the 7-on-7 and all that shit just doesn't make any difference. Everybody like you said, the first year, the ratings are going to be high because it's going to be new and people are going to want to see it. 5 years from now, we're going to have the same discussion on what they're going to do in Pro Bowl week. Because you have the NBA week. It's so
that's what they used to do back
real still.
Like Tom Brady and like Peyton Manning and Brett Favre, all of them. They used to like throw the balls to the hoop.
Who won the race? Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle? Like shit, they doing Rex.
Wait, I don't know, man. I think like a lot of they changed a lot of it for glamour. You know what I'm saying?
Rather than
competition, and they need to get back to competition more than glamour. You know? Like, why do you have like receivers? You know, throwing, you know what I'm saying? Like, just for glamour. Like, so I don't know. I just remember like last year, Jay Jett was, you know, playing. He hit no targets last year. I was like, why do you got this man? Like, that's not going to change, but. Yeah.
Find a way to make the fans. I think it's probably only fun if you're there in person.
Coach,
from the TV perspective, it's not going to be that fun.
Coach Chris.
I got dip.
Yes, he got a coach.
I got Coach Chubb. Coach Chubb's got a film review for everybody. So
Coach Chubb's got a dip. So let's go ahead and talk about Smooth. Let's go ahead and talk about the Chiefs. Coach,
send me the link so I can upload because it's going to do that same thing.
Yeah. All
right. Y'all be easy.
Yep. Smooth. Let's talk about the.
If it was last year, I wouldn't be surprised.
The Chiefs losing to the Colts, man.
I'm on your head.
What are your thoughts on that?
What's up with your team, bro? I mean, I didn't watch it. If it was last year, because the Colts are actually a pretty decent team. They got washed. Yeah, they got washed Matt Ryan, bro, and they lost.
If it was last year,
you know, one of their better receivers in Pascal. Jonathan Taylor.
Why you saying that? Because they suck. Yeah,
what he did last year. But I didn't personally watch the game, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if they were just playing down to the competition. So, yeah, what happened?
I can tell you what happened. So what happened is, I think one, they played down to the competition, and two, like they obviously, I don't know if you know, Harrison Buckner, their kicker, got injured, got hurt, and he hasn't been able to play. So they had a backup kicker in. They were in like within 40 yards, and he missed 2 field goals. And then also Travis Kelce did drop a pass as well that would have put them up 14-13. Sorry, 24-13. So, in my opinion, this just drop passes and the kicker, so it's not really that big of an issue. My real question: are you more worried about them losing to the Colts, or more worried about the Jaguars beating the Chargers?
That's bad. I really have no words for it, bro. Like that's just bad, bro. Like I really don't like. I picked the Chargers to be the front runner of the AFC West. So for them to lay an egg against the Jaguars is just kind of unspeakable. I know Trevor Lawrence been playing pretty well. I know you said, Urban Meyer been holding it back. Young team building, hungry, but still the Chargers have every single piece to the puzzle to be winning the AFC, if not finishing at one of the top seeds. And right now they're struggling with teams like the Jaguars. Didn't they just lose to the Chiefs last week? I mean, but that's more, that's more reasonable. Trevor, what they put up, 7 points, 10 points?
Chiefs.
They put up, and on what? I was gonna say, I know he ain't got Keenan Allen right now, but
the score was.
It's not, because he also had
that defense. That's way too many points.
About 40-something pass attempts, bro. 45 pass attempts and only put up 10
points.
That's
not an excuse enough. Yeah.
They got that. They got they got Mike Williams still. They got Austin Eckler. They got number 1
45,
who's been making plays. The Jags. That defense isn't better than any of the 2 previous teams that they played.
Joshua Palmer.
They played the Commanders the first week. No, I'm talking about the Jaguars played it. Who did play the first week? Who did? The Chargers played who the first week?
Yeah,
they played Raiders. The Raiders are pretty good
Chargers
defense.
Play?
All in all, the Jaguars
I don't know who they played the first week. I'll get the answer for you.
Of the 3 teams, the Jaguars are the worst team. So
they play the Raiders.
Struggle with them. I'm how you are looking at Devontae Adams and Derek Carr. I have the same reaction. That's unacceptable. So they better pick it up, or else they're gonna find themselves sitting at home come playoff time.
Yeah, I think this defensive line is not doing what they did week 1 versus against everybody else. I don't know if the Raiders O-line is that bad, or they're just overrated and the Raiders O-line was that bad. So they have to do a lot better. The AFC West in general looks like the Chiefs obviously they beat the Chargers. That's going to be a close game. But again, I think the Chiefs could have won this if they just had Harrison Buckner. They would have won this game a lot easier. Instead of losing. Believe me, losing a close one versus a team with your kicker not being available is a little bit more acceptable than getting blown out by 28 points at home against the Jaguars. But let's continue with this. Let's continue with this division. The Raiders are 0-3. What are your thoughts on that? My thoughts is I always said Josh McDaniels was not a good coach. When I saw him doing the Broncos, he was not a good coach, and I don't think he should ever been hired again. When the Colts were fighting over him, I didn't understand it. Brady made Josh McDaniels who he was, because when he went anywhere else, he sucked. So I'm not surprised. I picked him to make the playoffs and not finish last, but now I'm not surprised at them being bad.
They shouldn't have lost.
So what are your thoughts?
They should at least be 1-2
Raiders
right
and
now,
where they stand right now.
I said that last week. However,
and they should have
I did have the Cardinals.
They should be 2-1.
I did have the Cardinals.
Never lose to the Cardinals and this team.
a little bit better than what most people did because of what they did last year. So them losing to the Cardinals wasn't, I wasn't about to just pull my hair off from that because you got Kyler Murray. He's a good player, and I genuinely don't think that the Cardinals have a terrible defense. They haven't even been. They got beat on by the Chiefs, but like I said, we just had that conversation. The Chiefs just like any given Sunday type of thing, but the Cardinals don't have a bad defense. In the past couple of weeks, they haven't been giving up too many points. Even in this past loss, the Cardinals haven't, really given up a lot of points. So the fact that they lost to the Titans, bro, is just very I'm raising my eyebrows because this is another team that I had finishing top. I had the Chargers followed by the Raiders. Then I think I had the Broncos. I was trolling. I know the Chiefs is going to definitely finish top 3 in that division, if not one. But I definitely had the Chargers, Raiders as the top 2 teams in that division. And it's a little concerning that they're 0-3. They haven't won yet. I'm looking at Derek Carr's passing stats, 44 attempts, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 26 completions. Devontae Adams, 36 yards, bro. That's unacceptable, bro. Darren Waller, who we consider one of the better tight ends in the league, if not top 5, didn't play too well. He has all the weapons to be, 3-0. Like, he has all the weapons to be 3-0, and the fact that he's just doing – and I don't know if it's just solely on Derek Carr, but you got to play better. You really do got to play better. You got arguably the number 1 receiver in the league, and other than that Chargers performance, they haven't really been living up to the expectation that we all have expected. So last year, I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans beat the Raiders because the Titans was a pretty good team last year. But this year, this is
correct.
It's a lot of eyebrow raises going around in the league right now, and it's kind of concerning because a lot of my takes was, in favor of these teams.
Yeah, man, I have to agree, man. Obviously, we know the Raiders. You said they're a really pretty good defense, but in reality, their defense is not that good. But in reality, their offense should be an elite offense with the weapons that they have around them. We know their offensive line isn't the greatest, but when you have those weapons should mask that offensive line in a sense, So that is probably the concerning thing is Derek Carr's playing bad and Devontae Adams is not living up to where he's supposed to be. Neither is Hunter Renfrow and neither is Darren Waller. So no one on that team is looking impressive at all. We heard that they looked really good in training camp. Well, now we're in a regular season and they're not looking good at all. Not really good. They're just not looking good at all. They're looking very average. So the Raiders need to find a way to turn things around.
Do you think he's overrated?
Daniels is a problem. I
coach
think he's
or
overrated coach, and I think he's a fraud. In my opinion, and I was surprised he actually.
Yeah, I can see that.
Overrated.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not want Josh McDaniels to go to another team. And
Bill Belichick. Let me see. Bill Belichick.
Thought that he would. Like I'm low key,
so
happy that he's not succeeding because he should have never left us. Honestly, there's no reason.
So while we're staying in NFC, the next team we have to talk is the Denver Broncos. Although they won due to a Jimmy G mishap, let me just give you guys what Russell Wilson's stat line is right now. He has a 59.4 completion percentage, 743 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. And he's played teams like the Seahawks, Texans, and 49ers.
He's 2-1, bro.
So he hasn't played any elite team yet.
He's a winner.
What are your thoughts on the Russell Wilson?
He's a winner. I actually had the 49ers winning this game, bro.
Yeah, that's his touchdown to interception ratio.
He's stepping out of bounds.
That's what it is.
I might have to retract my statements because last week I was kind of
Jimmy G messed that up by stepping out of bounds.
I keep saying Russell Wilson, saying that he's been consistent throughout his years. I know you've been saying he does the same thing every season. He balls for the first half or the second half, and then slumps it up. So his numbers are kind of skewed or kind of, But right now, I don't. But although on the same in the same breath, I can say, bro, like if Cortland Sutton is his number one receiver, you know how I feel about that dude. I can't sit up here and say like, it's Russell Wilson's fault. He's still adjusting. He's been in the league for years. However, he has a new receiving core. He doesn't really have, in my opinion, any playmakers. It's a great game. But who's throwing the ball to him? You gotta give it to Russell Wilson if you're gonna give it to.
8 catches, 97 yards.
That's what he did this past week.
He was a Pro Bowler with Drew Lock. I'm saying that.
Bro, didn't I say stop mentioning Pro Bowl, bro? Pro Bowl.
That's what he did this past week was scoring the starting stats. But I'm saying he's a good receiver. He was a Pro Bowler with Drew Lock.
Russell Wilson.
All right, bro.
You're gonna have to start doing something, man.
He's hurt.
If you're watching this, you definitely gonna have to start doing something. Because I've been trying to vouch for you to put up 11, not even 11 points, bro. To put up 9 points, get 9 points on the board. That's just unacceptable. You 2-1. And you might blame. Well, I might blame it on you not having a receiver. You're still a veteran quarterback. You do a lot of extra stuff outside of football. So, to perform the way you've been performing is not impressive at all. I don't want to call you washed just yet, but you slowly get into that word. So if you can't bounce back, then I might have to, call in an early retirement for you. But you too. I got to, bro, because we was talking about it. Like he's been wishy-washy throughout the
that's
years.
crazy. You going that far?
Seattle. I always say he never really had receivers, but y'all say he had, the Legion of Boom carrying him. He had Marshawn Lynch carrying him. So this is his time to prove himself. Being able to take a Broncos team in that division to the playoffs. Maybe I give him some credit, but the way he's been playing in the past 3 weeks is not, I'm not impressed at all. Yeah, so.
Impressed at all. Yeah, I had the Broncos not making playoffs and had them finishing last. It's doing what exactly did. Although I did not think Russell Wilson would play this bad. In my opinion, he's playing this bad. They should really be 1-2 right now. And the Texans did have a chance to win that game last week, so you could potentially say they should be 0-3. Russell Wilson did not play good, and he has not been playing good at all this season. We played 3 weeks and only thrown 2 touchdowns. That's really bad. He has the same amount of touchdowns thrown as Mitch Trubisky. I think Mitch might have more, honestly. But yeah, so that's not good. And they literally had 5
10
points
to 11. That's so ugly.
They had 2 points spotted to them. Bro. So this game should really been a 10-10 game. Can't even get the 2-point conversion. So yeah, man, it's terrible. Disgusting score. But yeah, man, the Broncos are not looking good. Now, my final question to you is:
wrong, bro.
Were we wrong about the AFC West being the most competitive, the best division in football this year?
Have to be,
or is that too early to say right now?
Between the AFC East and the NFC East, those are the two divisions that I think, that people will talk about the most throughout the year. The Raiders are 0-3. We're not really high on Russell Wilson right now because he ain't doing nothing. The Chargers literally just lost to the Jaguars, which is unexpected. They aren't living up to the expectation that we set for them at the beginning of the year. We were so high on them. Most of them, I think that division right now should be at least 3-0. Like 2 to 3 of the teams should be 3-0, and none of them are. So I think the AFC East is very competitive, and I think that the NFC East is very competitive. They got the Cowboys, who only lost to the Bucs, and I think they're going to get a win tonight. They play the Giants, but this is going whoever they play at the Giants. Oh, you have the Giants winning? Okay, I actually have Dallas winning.
I have the Giants. Actually,
I've said it before. The NFC East
I think it's at the Giants.
Probably one of the most competitive.
Yeah, because it's in New York. That's
divisions in the NFL. You never know who's going to win that division. But now they're really showing it. I think they've done their time. That's one way to put it. But the Cowboys have been looking pretty good, especially on defense.
Well, typically, they're all just shit. So it's
what's his name? The quarterback, Cooper Rush. Can Cooper Rush do it again? That's the question. And it'll be a test tonight. But maybe not, because I'm not too fond on the Giants defense either. The Eagles look good. The Commanders. And yeah, I just think that division, along with the AFC East, we see what the Dolphins are doing. You just said the Patriots are a lot more competitive than we thought. The Bills are definitely going to be in conversation. Even the Jets is looking pretty decent. The Jets might rule some homecomings this year. So I think right now those are the two divisions that I think we need to turn our attention to and focus a little bit more on. Because AFC West ain't doing too much.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think AFC East is probably going to be the most competitive. Just with the Dolphins and Bills going down, that's probably going to be considered the best one. Patriots are still going to find a way to mix himself in there. I still believe in the AFC North as well. AFC West, I think they're still going to finish around that top two best divisions in football. Honestly, for me, I think no division in the NFC is going to be among the top divisions. I think both of them are going to have clear cut.
No, the Broncos,
Vikings, Panthers, and Lions might make it interesting.
That's
about it. The Bears suck, and the Lions might go back to life. Yeah, they did. It definitely scared me too, man. I was like, but speaking of the Vikings, let's go ahead and get to this next topic, man. So Jay Jettis has not been having his best performance since his week one performance, where I claimed that he was the best receiver in the league in football. In his previous two games, he's been getting shouted by Jeff Okudah, who everyone actually thought was considered a bust because he hasn't been performing at the level that we thought he was. And we all know what Darius Slay did to him on Monday night. So the question is, for me, is Jettis still a top 5 receiver thus far?
There's only one answer to that question.
And
only one answer.
No deal wants to ask, am I propelling Diggs above Justin Jefferson?
Dip on your chip. Too much dip on
and
your chip.
I'm going to say, stop, wait a minute. Stop, wait a minute. Stop, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Too much dip on your chip, young fella. You're going to piss before you learn to walk. You got to stop. No, not yet, man. I think teams will figure out a nice way to game plan and really key in on Jettis. And Kirk Cousins isn't the best quarterback. And we all can attest to that. That he kind of sucks. But he's also good. He sucks and he's good. He sucks and he's good. He sucks and he's good. But he is getting strapped, and I think he's going to find a way to figure it out. I think he just came into this year a little bit too cocky. And he's got a lesson because he hasn't been able to get stopped since he's been in the league. And I think we're still going to see by the end of the season he will be the best receiver in the league. But I will give Diggs credit that he's starting to propel himself into that top 3 conversation.
Are we going to do this right now without Joey, bro?
But it's like Joey's point, who's not on his podcast.
I'm the one who graduated late, bro.
Or when he's in
but seem
slot.
To understand.
So to that,
but seem to understand the way that numbers work a little bit better than y'all, bro. Joey literally put in the chat the target of inside to outside. And I know we're not talking about Cooper Kupp right now, but the point that I was making was that I understand Cooper Kupp's a slot receiver. Yes. and his targets from the inside to the outside is 150 was 156 to 23. That is a 7-to-1 ratio. If you don't know what a 7-to-1 ratio means, that means for every 7 balls he catches in the slot, he catches 1 on the outside. There were other receivers who were on that list as well who had a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning for every ball they catch in the slot, they also catch one on the outside.
I agree with you there.
My point is this. If you put any... So where's the miscommunication? Because I think that, and like we said, Joey is... All right, well, I'm not hating. I'm simply saying that, like you just said, bro.
I think you are just hating.
Top receivers get shadowed normally on the outside. So no corner is going to shadow a full game on the inside. Like, they might line up against your top tier receiver if he's on the inside every now and then. That is crazy, bro. That is outrageous. So that's how ratios. But no corner is going to travel to the inside just to check the top tier receiver.
23 is crazy.
Because if he's a top corner, you don't. Yeah, that's what zone is for. Like, if we can't stop a receiver in the zone, then we need to get some new linebackers. We saw it this weekend with Diggs. He was getting shadowed, and I said, bro, I'm not about to sit up here and discredit Xavier Howard at all. That's what he's supposed to do. Xavier Howard's a top corner, so I give him his props. Diggs had 7 catches for 77 yards, no touchdowns, and they lost the game because Diggs wasn't able to make the same impact because he was being shadowed. They minimized what he was. Yeah, and they minimized what he was able to do. Y'all may call it big play receiver, blah, 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 but the fact I don't either.
And majority of his catches is when he went to the slot. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I am I saying that?
I think
I know we're not talking about Cooper Kupp. Am I saying that Cooper Kupp can't line up on the outside and do that?
These guys that we're talking about,
I haven't seen him do that on a consistent basis while being while being shadowed, bro. Like, you really think that Cooper Kupp's going to do that on Xavier, on Ramsey, on Slay? Definitely not Slay, bro. Slay's just as small, just as fast. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? He be giving the work to the big receivers. So I'm just simply saying that we can't discredit what Diggs has been doing on the offensive side of the ball, and just because he lines up on the inside, it's like, oh, no, that's BS.
Question for you. Should we throw this player into our top 10 talks, top 8 talks?
I got to slide back on
Jalen Waddle. As of so far this year.
Because I honestly think that...
Let me just give you what Jalen Waddle's stats are right now so far this year. He has 342 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He's a second leader receiver right now.
102 yards, 4 catches versus guys.
Behind that guy.
469 versus the Patriots.
I think Jalen Waddle can definitely be in the talks for being a top receiver in the league this year.
Yes.
Because of what he's been doing. Like, it's not like he's not just been making big plays. He's been making plays, period. And like you said, he caught a slant tip to the crib. You know, he had 4 catches for 104, 114, something like that this weekend. Definitely performed better than Tyreek Hill.
Especially when they needed the most.
You know, but honestly, for Tyreek Hill to have made that statement about the Bills defense, he didn't do anything. That's kind of funny to me. He said, I get to play the Bills 2 times this year. Not word for word, but I get to play the Bills 2 times this year. We already see what I did to them last year. You know, what's going to be different. He didn't do nothing this past week. So I think he low-key got a little on second. Keying in on who? They were down 3 starters to me. The Bills were down 3 starters.
Was that more of him being bad, or Derek King?
I think honestly, but I think like people have figured out how to. I would say I can't.
That don't mean that's even more reason to key in on him.
Jalen Waddle has a strong case to be just as good as Tariq.
So far, who's the best receiver?
Because
on that
I'm
team?
not gonna say he's just as fast, but he can. That's just something that.
Is that because of Tyreek being held on the side of him?
Product,
or is that just something that Jalen Waddle has?
He has a potential.
I mean, he did have a.
I don't think that's a far-fetched statement. I think he will.
Yards, so
I think he'll have a better season than Cooper Kupp, and I keep on going back to him because I'm, you know what I'm saying, that's the 2 and 3. And who's 4?
Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are 2 and 3 right now. Cortland Sutton is number 5 right now in receiving leaders. AJ Brown. And Chris Olave, who they put him on draft night, is having a great year as well. So
I'm going to give him top.
Christian Kirk as well. He's up there. 3 touchdowns as well.
Top 9.
Some nice names popping up in here.
But that's not a bad question. It's not a terrible question. But then I'm gonna have to say Tua a good quarterback if that happens. So I don't know. I'm still not out to.
Top 9. Yeah, that's had to figure. Or you can excuse me, he just had 2 top 9 receivers. You could do that. So yeah, man, I think it's the conversation that we're gonna get closer to the year. Jalen Waddle could possibly win Offensive Player of the Year. You know, him and Tua just have that rapport, and you could tell when it comes down to the clutch moments, he's going to Jalen over Tyreek. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so he already caught that game-winning touchdown. And he caught that big pass.
I think
at the end of the game to help bring them to take the lead later on.
Played them last week.
So he is trusting.
I don't know. I just think, but I do think that
pocket, so
because the Ravens didn't maintain him at all. I think, yeah. I think that teams are realizing that, like, if you can keep Tyreek Hill from getting behind you, it's, you know what I'm saying.
Patriots are only team that maintain touch on that.
That's really all you got to do because he's not tall. He's just fast. You know what I'm saying? So if you can run with him for the most part, you know, you can make him somewhat of a non-factor. Let's bring that word back, non-factor.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Non-factor. All right, man, let's go again to the next topic. I need you to answer this. Who is the top team in the NFL right now? Is it the Dolphins or is it the Eagles? You could say both of these teams' quarterbacks are in the discussion for MVPs, essentially dark horses. So which team would you say is the true top team in the league? Just to give you some of their opponents. So the Eagles played they played the Lions, they played the Vikings, and they played the Commanders. Dolphins have played the Patriots.
I'm about to hit you with a hot take.
Ravens and
I know
Bills.
Chris ain't here.
Both teams are 3-0.
As of right now, I will say that this is my 1B matchup to make it to the Super Bowl. 1B. That's my 1B. Not my 1A. My 1B. I really do think that the Dolphins
versus Eagles
defense is an elite defense. And the Eagles defense is pretty they're pretty good. Like I wouldn't say elite, but they're pretty good. And I think the biggest thing in that,
well, I would say elite. They give it 35 to the Lions.
I'm big on DB play. A corner that can shadow. We saw it last year with the Rams. You know, Jalen Ramsey was that guy. You know, obviously they had, Aaron Donald. But I think this is a year in which for the Dolphins and both the Eagles and the Dolphins, by the time teams figure out how to stop them or how to play them, it's going to be a little bit too late. You know what I mean? Everybody figured out how to play LA. Run away from Aaron Donald, double team him, and for their secondary, you know what I'm saying, you just You know what I'm saying? You just try to make a play on their DBs. You know what I'm saying? You stop being scared and you just try to replace. Because I think Jalen Ramsey kind of got humbled recently. Xavier Howard is a physical corner. That Miami defense is a physical defense. We already know what the Dolphins have on offense. And, you know, even Chase Edmonds is a good running back, bro. Like, Chase Edmonds is good. Yeah. The only thing, like I said, I'm not sold on completely is Tua. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. However, I'm just saying he hasn't.
He got the
small
touchdowns
sample
this week.
size in not playing a full season. But when you have weapons like Tyreek Hill, Taylor Waddle, all the people we just named, there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to. And he just beat the Bills. They just beat the Bills. I'm not gonna say. They just beat the Bills. So that was their. Huh? No, I'm not giving them. Mm-hmm. The team beat them. They played them very, very well, and that's the team that that's actually my 1A team to come out the AFC anyway, and they played them pretty well. I think they'll ultimately split the matchup, and on the NFC side, it's pretty much the same. Jalen Hurts is a big quarterback.
Yeah,
he's a dual threat. He has Devontae Smith, who gave me 30 on my bench this week. I'm so mad. He has A.J. Brown. Yes, he has Pascal. And he has an elite Miles Sanders, who hasn't been playing that bad lately.
And he has A.J. Brown.
Dallas Goedert, not playing bad. And, again, that division in itself is a toss-up. So if they can win that division, they can automatically get themselves a good seed and, make a little run. So, again, I got the Dolphins and the Eagles to be my 1B matchup for the Super Bowl. Maybe too soon to tell, too soon of a take, but I'm gonna stick by that.
That's going to be a crazy matchup because think about it, these guys played quarterback with each other at college, and Tua eventually took the job from Jalen Hurts, making Jalen Hurts have to transfer. So I think I would love to see that matchup, and I honestly would love to see Jalen Hurts win, just to beat Tua and be like, yeah, Nick Saban, you tried me. I'm still going to be the better quarterback. But right now, I got the Dolphins being the best team just because of who they played and who they beat. They beat the Ravens, they beat the Bills, and their defenses played well in all those games. First half versus the Ravens, they didn't, but in the second half, they came to play. Versus you guys, they played an excellent game, and then versus the Bills, they played another excellent game as well. So I got to give them the credit with that. So got to give them the credit there, and I think the Dolphins are the best.
Can't do that.
Do we propel the Giants if they win tonight into the top 5 best teams in NFL if they're 3-0?
They barely got that win last week, bro, or week 1. Yeah, but
I mean, is that true?
Nah, not at all.
They really have the win the first week too, so they've been sketching out wins. I don't think so either. I think there's other teams definitely better than them as well.
Feathers.
I'm not going to put them first. Yes, it is a little far fetched. Just wanted to throw it out there, see if it get anything on the hook. Yeah, try to see that. So, but yeah, I do agree. I think it's definitely the Dolphins, and then for sure the Eagles, and then my number 3 team I would have to put it'll have to be the Bills, and then Chiefs, Ravens are interchangeable for me. Next game we got to talk about, and this is a question for you. Should we be worried about Tom Brady and the Bucs? So they win last week. They lost this week.
In week 1, they looked pretty
good. Won the week before. Oh, but all these games have been very close, and the offense hasn't looked that effective.
Yeah, but that's just going. It's hard to bet against Tom Brady, but
they're good running the ball,
more or less now because he's getting older. He's really getting older. We're really starting to see him not having. I think that's a part of him not practicing on Wednesdays too. Honestly, yeah, to preserve his body. That being said, he has all the pieces. You know what I'm saying? A healthy Bucs team, there's no reason why they shouldn't be running the NFC. They have two top-tier receivers, in my opinion. Julio Jones not being washed. I would say Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Yeah, Julio Jones not as washed as everybody thinks because, like I said, in week 1 he was kind of doing his thing. But they're all hurt.
Okay, that's
and in the past, we've seen Tom Brady be able to play through those injuries, be able to come out and still, make the right plays. Make these receivers. Didn't they just sign Cole Beasley? Oh. Well, I'm just saying targets in general. Yeah, well, just targets in general. But if you don't have Julio Jones,
I think so. But they also got Russell Gage,
who's hurt. Easily. You're gonna have to be throwing to someone. You need more one or two targets if Mike Evans is your main receiver. But like in the past, Tom Brady's been able to fill a void by just doing what Tom Brady does. However, we haven't seen that lately, and I don't know if it's too early in the season to say that, because Tom Brady in the playoffs is like LeBron in the playoffs. But I don't think we should be worried just yet. It's only week 3. They only lost 1 game. You touched on their run game. Leonard Fournette's he's a downhill runner. He's been producing, run the ball very well. So I really don't think we should be worried too soon. But I do think that Tom Brady himself is pushing retirement. And I think we'll see him retire probably, if not this year, then next year. But he's definitely not going to go out sad. Because if he does, he's definitely going to try to play again. He'll be like, nah, I can't go out like that.
I agree. Mm-hmm. He's not going to go out like that. Even though I would love to see him go out like that, but I don't think he'll ever. For him, he has to win. I think that's why he came back. I think if they would have won last year, he would have actually retired. But because they lost and everybody was talking about it, and he didn't even get to do his announcement himself, he was pissed about that. So, yeah, man, I'm not gonna hit the panic button yet. Like I told on Friday, I told Steelers Nation, don't worry. I'm telling Buccaneers Nation, don't worry. This is the Brady. First half of the season they're gonna do anything. If this was November, December, then I would be worried. But until it's November, December, they're playing like this still, playing bad like this, then I'll be like, okay, now's the time to be worried. But right before the playoffs, Brady's gonna get them right. Probably going on like a 5-game win streak to end the season and look like one of the best teams in the NFL. So not worried just yet. Not worried about Brady, not worried about them. I think they'll be able to get things done. So I'm not too worried right now. But I am keeping an eye on it. I'm keeping an eye on it. Keeping an eye on that game there. But yeah, we'll come back to that. I am keeping my eye on it. Bookmark that though. But I think they'll be fine. That was actually all that we had to speak about. Next podcast, we will be talking a little bit more basketball. We should give our pick for this Thursday night game, though. So let me figure out who is playing Thursday night football. Who is playing this week?
Come on, bro. The
Cincy
Bengals
and Miami.
Almost lost this week to the.
Who do you have? You got Miami?
Yeah.
All right, you got Miami.
Yeah.
Jets. Yeah, I got Miami too. I think Miami wins this game. I got Miami too.
As far as him still playing,
it's gonna be a closer one than we think, but they're gonna win this game. They're gonna find a way to win the game. Do you have any issues with Tua? The whole Tua situation.
I mean, if I was soft, then I would say, yeah, bro. No, he won't play football. Let him play football.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking the full aspect of not looking at it from a doctor side, not looking at it from a legal side. I'm taking this guy's grown. Yeah, as a football player, I'm a play. Like he came in and finished the game. If he felt like he couldn't play after what happened, got up, stumbled,
as a football
almost
player,
fell back down. If he really felt as though he couldn't go back in after something like that, and I wouldn't, I would let him go back in. But like it's football, stuff like that happened. It was probably like you know what I'm saying? Like, you hit your head on the ground and like you dizzy real quick, you get up too fast, something like that. So I think they should definitely monitor it, but I'm not going to be like, oh,
yeah,
he needs to go watch the movie Concussion with Will Smith to see how that. Like, nah, like he needs to, he can make his he grown man.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think it's definitely for player safety. One of the players will be okay. If he would have got hit, and that caused a concussion, then I think it's a different story. But because he hit the back of his head, we assume he got a concussion from off of that. Like that may be okay. I think he might have been just knocked loose a little bit. But I guess it's concussion. It might be like a low grade concussion, not like a full. Yeah. So I mean, as people who had concussions, I think we're able to speak on this. Your equilibrium is all messed up. Like he might have just been, got hit a little hard. You're like, oh shit. Like sometimes people think people got concussions and just got the wind knocked out of him. I do think he was concussed though, but hopefully he's all right. Hopefully this doesn't come back to backfire him later on. But I do think I think if it was a hit, it would have been.
I will say though,
but because it was he fell backwards and hit his.
I will say though, if Miami do lose at Cincy, bro, I'm talking big trash.
Yeah, I think he's all right. Game, he didn't look out of himself. So.
Who do we play this week? Oh, we play Green Bay, bro. We about to lose.
That's crazy. You can't wait to talk your trash. Let's chalk that up as an L. We'll make those predictions on Friday when Chubbs is here. But we're also going to – basketball just had their media day today, so we're going to talk basketball. We got to go through this ESPN Top 100 list players. We got to go through that list. We got to make our preseason predictions on MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, and Most Improved, and Rookie of the Year. Got to make our decisions there on that. So you guys, we haven't talked basketball in a while, so we're definitely gonna talk basketball today on Friday. So make sure you guys are tuning in. You guys get that on Saturday. So Saturday, make sure you guys are tuning in. I might release it Friday night. It might feel special.
No, you got the Giants.
Make sure you guys are tuning in for that though. But yeah, again, I think Smooth, you had the Giants. I'm pretty sure Chubbs had the Giants. No, you had the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure me and Chubbs had the Giants. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, man, if you are new here and you stayed to the entire episode, hopefully you guys enjoyed it and liked it. I know it was two of us for like the whole second half. Friday will be the whole gang back together. So definitely, we have some people that we're definitely going to try to get on the podcast. Should be fun next week. Have a Raven fan and a Steelers fan on the podcast next week. I'll tell you about that later. Smooth. It's really going to be house divided. DL's going to have to play mediator. Next
man,
Monday,
thanks for tuning in, getting us over 3,000. Keep on hitting.
Yeah, man. Until next time, my name is Wayne. Smooth. Yeah, anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
I'm back. I be missing. I'm not gonna say missing a lot of episodes, but we don't always be together, but we still be trying to put out a lot of content for y'all. And I'm gonna start making sure I'm on here. Get my hot takes. I know I'll be saying some wild stuff.
Yeah, with that Julian Edelman clip is dropping this week because I finished editing that. I got that one. I got the other clip when I told Chubbs that defense was ass and it was gonna bite you in the ass. I got that one. We got some legendary clips, especially Julian Edelman. I know this Trevor Lawrence one is gonna go crazy. But yeah. It's gonna be fun, man. We're really getting the swing of this podcast and stuff, and I think you're gonna see that with the content and see what the things we're dropping. So, all right, man. Until next time, my name is Wayne. Y'all know where to find us: FT Entertainment on Facebook and Instagram, House of Sports Podcast on YouTube and TikTok. Oh, I had the cheering button instead of hitting.